What's up, gamers, Nintendo gamers, I guess PS3 gamers too. Woo! Looks like I'm finally gonna do a video on this since people are nagging me now about it. PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale. Yeah, that's just slips right off the tongue. Um, Basically, Smash. Well, I don't know what to call it. I don't know what to call it. A ripoff or just copy paste. Um, there are some differences, but as far as the in general design of the game, there's nothing much different. Basically, it's just the Super Smash Bros. With Sony characters, if you can even call them Sony characters. I mean, Sony doesn't themselves make games; they just hire uh, other companies to make their games. It's I guess you can call them first and a half characters ish something. Okay, let me talk about this. PlayStation All Stars apparently has a different setup than Super Smash Bros. Where Super Smash Bros. Has where you're trying to get someone knock someone off a stage by any means necessary, and PlayStation All Stars has something that's unique, but it's kind of just weird. So what you do is basically you build up meter, and you just attack your characters. There's orbs that help build up your meter faster, and then once you get your meter, apparently there's a second, a first, second, and third type special you can do, depending on where your meter is. But when you do those attacks, instead of knocking your opponents off the screen or off the stage, you just flat out kill them. Of course, they come back, but it's just not exciting. That doesn't sound that fun. Actually, that sounds like it will be stale. I mean, think about this. What if all you could do to get a player off of to actually win the game at Smash Bros. Was to get a Smash Ball and do your special? Yeah, it'll be pretty cool to see here and there, but after a while, it'll be like, yeah, I seen that like 2 million times. I did that. Yeah, and how I don't know. Of course, there probably will be different modes. I mean, this is just going to be Super Smash Bros. Again with Sony characters. Um, Maybe there's going to be a mode that will have something like Super Smash Bros. Where you knock them off, but it seems like they're trying to be unique, which the unique way is just not really cutting it for me. As far as uh that whole setup, it just sounds like eventually it'll get stale. That's basically it. Just sounds like eventually it'll get spoiled. Not spoiled, but very boring after a while. It's like, yeah, I killed you like that 2 million times. Whereas Smash Brothers has different ways you can play. Of course, you can have like a life meter where the percentage is like 100 or 200, and then you just build it down and down and down, hurt people, and then they just die like that instead of just knocking off the stage. But the thing about Super Smash Brothers' way of doing it is Super Smash Bros. Could be looked at as a competitive game. It can be a competitive game, even a tournament worthy fighter, um, with the knockoff and everything off the stage. The reason why, though, these things, competitive or non competitive with items on, it is. It is hilarious to see some ways people will die. You cannot beat that out of Smash Brothers. The whole knockout thing is just it's just hilarious. The way you may knock out someone can just be hilarious. Just the way, not the way they fly out and die. Just basically the way it could just be some stupid accident. It'd be like, oh, you just ran into that all nonchalant and got killed. You know, oh, is it going to make it? Is it going to make it? Is it going to make it? Come on, die, 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 die. Oh, he made it. You know, you can't have those moments with PlayStation All Stars Battle Royales because they're trying to set it up differently. You can't. Oh, does he make it? All you can do is say, "Will he survive the special attack?" Yay! Oh, he killed me. Okay, and it just doesn't seem competitive because from what Sweet, I think his name is Sweet Tooth, from Twisted Metal, his is a freaking giant robot. How can you even avoid that? I mean, I've seen characters, you know, just everything about it just reeks of Smash Brothers, and I wonder what Masahiro Sakurai is looking at this. I know some Japanese people, fans of Super Smash Bros. Probably emailed him this, and I wonder what he thinks. He's probably just like, well, it doesn't have tripping, so it sucks. But yeah, don't bring back tripping in the next game, please, Masahiro. Don't let us don't torture us like that again. But I just wonder what he thinks, really, in all seriousness. He's probably just flattered. But probably, if I was a game director, I made up an idea, and then here comes someone basically copying it, I would probably be flattered and offended at the same time. Especially considering Sony can never freaking get their own ideas. It seems like their whole their whole thing, their whole PlayStation 3 is built off, well, mainly uh, Nintendo's ideas. Don't be surprised if Sony's next console, if they have one, it'll have some type of tablet controller or some bull crap like that. It's just get your own ideas, be more innovative, or get some people that have a brain and not just, oh, we should do this, oh, that was a good idea, let's copy it. No, get your own ideas. Nintendo seems to do it, why can't you? But as far as the game goes, like I said, the whole setup just sounds very boring to me. Not to say that you can't get no laughs out of it. I mean, it'll be cool to see Kratos and Sly Cooper. Sly Cooper is just awesome. That's one thing Sony did do right when creating a character. Well, they didn't create it, but Sucker Punch did. That's one thing they did right. I really love the Sly Cooper franchise. Just I would buy a PlayStation 3 right now just to get Sly Cooper 4. And basically after I beat it and stuff, I'll throw it out. But or trade it in for a Wii U once that comes out. But let's talk about characters. What does Sony have? They have Kratos. They have I don't know if I can pronounce his name anymore. Para Rapper, I forgot. He's awesome. Needs a new game. That's one good character. Sly Cooper, Cole, um, I guess Fat Princess, some other characters up in there, but really, you can't really say, oh, these are PlayStation characters or Sony characters. They're not really not. This is really just third party companies putting all their characters in one game and then Sony slapping on the name PlayStation. I mean, it's they're not really the. I mean, they're owned by Sony, but they weren't created by Sony. It's the same thing as like, say Stanley and Steve. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right. I think it's called Dideko. It's like Stanley created the character Spider Man, but Steve he basically drew Spider Man. So somehow that made he had Stanley was basically made a co-creator instead of just creator. It's not fair. I created the character. Why does your name have to be on it? You just drew him for me. I mean, seriously, you didn't really create him. But idea over idea over what's it called? Idea over just seeing uh, a character. It should matter more than just drawing a character and being able to see them fleshed out. I mean, I had the idea, but as far as the roster goes, will it be more iconic than Super Smash Brothers? No, not at all. Their roster will mostly be third party characters because Sony hasn't created or hired third parties to make that many exclusive characters. The most I can count is probably about 6 or 7 characters. That's it. That's all they got. But uh, Nintendo, they can't even touch Nintendo on how iconic, and that's what really sells the Smash Brothers series. There's nothing better than seeing Link, Mario, Samus, Pikachu, Captain Falcon, Fox, all those characters you grew up with awesome games fight each other all at once. Let's do it this way. Let's talk about the Avengers. They all had movies. Let's put it this way. You know how Mario and them, they had games to build up their hype and stuff. Everybody already loves those characters, right? Same as Marvel. They made movies. People are hyped about the characters. Then Legend of Zelda, all that and stuff had their own games. People already loved them. Then you just, like the Avengers, you just mash them all together, and what do you get? You get a just fangasm, basically. That's all you get. It's like, oh my god, Iron Man and Thor are fighting. Oh, oh my god, Captain America and Thor are fighting. But this is in comics. This is just in a movie. Same idea, basically. Link, Mario, Samus, they're fighting each other. That's just awesome. I wonder who will come on top. That's the thing with Sony. You could be like Kratos and Cole McGrath, those other characters. They're fighting each other, but I'm really just excited about Kratos and Cole McGrath because uh, I don't know anybody else. You can't really see that with Nintendo because most people grew up with Nintendo. They know the characters. I mean, it's just Nintendo just has more nostalgia on their side more than Sony does, and that's really what Super Smash Brothers thrive on is nostalgia and seeing your characters you love beat the crap out of each other in a just hilarious way. As far as PlayStation All Stars goes, I'm not saying that it will be a bad game or anything. I would say that it is kind of a copy paste of Smash Brothers, but time will tell what happens with it. I know the setting, the whole mechanics of it sounds like I said boring and stale, like it will get stale after a while. But who knows? Maybe it'll be good. I mean, I'm happy for PlayStation 3 fans that they're getting something like this. But I just would have liked if Sony just would have did it better. Just didn't have to do it the way that Nintendo did it. It's just really just it's really just awkward. Um, you can't say, well, what about Street Fighter Cross Tech and their 2D fighters? Are they copying one another? There's a difference to that. One, Super Smash Bros. Was uniquely made. That's the thing. Street Fighter and stuff, yes, you can say it was uniquely made when it first came out, even though the game was garbage. The first game was garbage, and Super Street Fighter 2 is what made it really big. Um, but there were others coming out at near the time that Street Fighter was coming out, so no one really copied anyone really. Street Fighter was just the thing that made it popular first. But Super Smash Brothers, it's already been established, and here comes Sony. Oh, we're gonna just basically copy the same thing. It's just really annoying. And another thing that PlayStation All Stars doesn't have on their side, they don't have Masahiro Sakurai. This guy can pack in so much content in a game that it is just unbelievable. I'm surprised he can even do it. He's basically the person who will justify no DLC in a game because he will just put it all up in there without you wanting more. But of course, we want more with Super Smash Bros. Wii U since it's HD. But like I said, PlayStation All Stars will do probably good, but it will not probably in no way sell as much as Smash Bros. Has. Probably not even as much as Melee or Brawl, you know, because it just doesn't have the characters aren't iconic. Some people don't even know them. So yeah, but those are my thoughts on it, guys. Like I said, it may be a good game, but whatever. So comment, like, subscribe, tell me what you think. Yeah, and that's it for this video. I'll see you guys later.